Well, should the world return to some form of a gold standard whereby currencies are underpinned by gold? It's a question that's been raised lately as debate rages over the weak US currency and its status as the world's reserve currency. One man who thinks we should consider it is visiting economics professor Antal Fekete. He's speaking in Auckland this week and has been brought out by New Zealand Mint. He joins me now. Good morning, Professor. Gold standard. Why should we consider or some form of a return to gold?
The system of floating exchange rates is a miserable failure. It did not help the world economy, it did not help people, and it is creating more crises. So you need a stabilizer in the system, and gold has been traditionally such a stabilizer through thousands of years.
Is there enough gold now? Because presumably the credit we have in the world has expanded greatly over the last 50 or so years.
I think that there is an effort on the part of the politicians to exclude gold and to manipulate gold as much as they can. But this power over gold is breaking down, so the markets do not behave as they used to.
What's wrong, though, with the fractional accounting system reserve method we have, and that hasn't it allowed a lot of people to actually access credit they wouldn't have otherwise been able to get?
The trouble is the increasing level of debt. The world needs an ultimate extinguisher of debt. It's all right for the debt to increase if it can be extinguished when time comes. Now, none of the existing currencies is an ultimate extinguisher of debt because they are all debt-based, all currencies without exception. That is the significance of gold. Gold is the only ultimate extinguisher of debt. Without it, there will be an explosion of debt. It is comparable to a nuclear explosion, and that's coming.
We had the gold. I mean, the gold standard broke down, though, didn't it, prior to?
Well, that's what they say, but in fact, it's not true. The truth is that the gold standard was killed. It was murdered by the politicians who wanted to pursue their own interests.
You don't seem to have a lot of faith then in central banks, though, because they are in control ultimately of that money supply.
I don't think they control it. It's out of hand. They used to control it, but as the debt increases, it has its own momentum, and that momentum is taking away the power from the central banks.
If you're right, though, is there any way it can be turned around practically?
I think so. I use the expression, open the mint to gold and silver. And that means that the government mint should allow people to take their gold and they convert their gold into gold coinage free of charge. The government absorbs the cost of coining. So put the power of creating new money back into the hands of the people.
Professor Antal Fekete, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.